is Swami Vishnu-devananda talking about his life before he met Swami Sivananda and when he met Swami Sivananda. This was recorded in 1977, TTC, Valmoran, Canada. Please join us for the reunion August 12th through the 14th, 2011, Valmoran, Canada. The event is free. Just make your way up there and enjoy. Hari Om Tat Sat.
Lot of duties, and this morning they had to go out for some more work, and where they brought the essence. After reading, I thought they're actually visualizing the whole event in a dream, what has passed. Even for me, the days I spent with him is look like a dream now, but it is real. I remember he told once I was about after 6 months of my stay in the ashram, I used to assist to arrange the evening satsang prayer meeting by putting the picture and other lights, everything in front of the Ganges on the veranda of the master. But the master was very small. There were only about not many disciples, not many visitors. So they could all sit on the banks of the Ganges on the veranda of the master where he used to sleep. The very veranda is now still we keep it as holy. There are also not many, about 20, 30 people will be there, including visitors and the disciples. And one day after the evening meditation and the prayer meeting, he casually remarked, looking several things, and he looked at me and told, one day he had to go to America. I was only 18 and I never heard much about my geography was very poor. I didn't like geography, not history in my school life. I heard about America a little bit. Nor I used to read newspapers at that time. So I don't know much about what politics, what world is. So I thought it was just another type of masters. Maybe sometimes he makes jokes. And now I can see, when I look back, when he told that day, my karma is somehow destined here in this continent. And he foresee that I have to come and work up and build up an institution in his name. In fact, all my life, in a way, is directed towards his mission, whether I like it or not. Now I go back into my life all the way back, I see everything is prepared. First, in the high school, I remember we had to take some subjects. There are different subjects, and each 2 subjects we had to take compulsory, and they give me options given. Physics, mathematics, physiology, chemistry, and then accounting and botany, chemistry, and different type of subjects. But 2 subjects we had to take. I took physiology and chemistry as my subject. My cousin laughed over about the whole thing. He asked me, am I going to be a doctor? What's the purpose of taking the subject? I said, I don't know. I remember now when I look back, again that helped me a lot in understanding some of the scientific truth about matter, about mind, about God. That was necessary. Maybe the whole thing, when I direct it now, I can see what I am teaching. Master's first teaching was he emphasized physical health. He started a journal. So unwittingly, without even knowing, the tendency was there to go into that line. And eventually, it turns everything into spiritual. And after finishing my studies in high school, my early life was very, very difficult, very tough. I had to go to school from my home. For 4.5 miles I had to walk. In 4.5 miles I had to go back. 8 and 9 miles every day I had to walk. And then the difficult part was I had to carry books, lunch, and walk. It was too much. So sometimes I would have to skip carrying lunch. Sometimes you have to swim during the rainy season. You have to swim the rivers and streams. It's everywhere you will see monsoon is it's beyond your imagination in our country. We got no winter where I come from, but we got terrible monsoons. It pours. Every field, every street, everything can become a waterway in that time. So first thing we had to learn is how to swim. And the older students, we always go in groups, not alone. It's very difficult to walk, first of all, 4.5 miles alone through the paddy fields and forests and rivers and riverlets. Second thing is, company is very important, and the older students who are more older to our age, they help the young ones to cross the rivers, to cross the streams. So they learn from the very beginning a kind of unity among children to help each other. By the time when we grew up and the young ones who are coming, we will be leading them across the streams and rivers just like we have been led by the people who have gone ahead of us. So there is a life of intense affection among the students itself. And as soon as I finished my studies, I was 16, I finished my high school. There's an intense desire, I don't know what to leave home. I would like to continue my studies. Mostly my tendencies were towards scientific nature, mostly electronics, engineering. This is in my blood. I used to play with a lot with the lens and chemistry, electricity. There is no electricity in our hometown. So I used to collect all the father's battery and make a long thing to connect to get enough electricity to look into how the electric bell works and whatever the school says I create. So there's a telescope, say they had to make a telescope, I steel fathers, all spectacles, and took all the lenses out. And made a long telescope out of it, and I used to put a cardboard and look into it, how it works. So I played a lot, and mostly my line was in that temperament was towards scientific investigation. But though I know that we have university is too far away, and to get an engineering education is very hard in India. It's too difficult. So only few students admitted. Mostly at that time the training was given, it was British rule, and the training was given only to bring up more clerks and office workers. So that's the thing at that time they needed. So we have little opportunity for scientific temperamental students to get into any education at that time. So anyhow, I thought maybe the best thing is, it was war. Maybe joining in the Navy, I may be able to get more knowledge on this subject. But I was underage, and moreover, I never seen more than 14 miles from my home. My parents were very strict. My father was really disciplinarian. From the very childhood, he put me into tremendous discipline. I must get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, wash myself, take a bath, and study. According to the rule of India, Orthodox rule, early morning is the best time for studying as your mind is calm. So every child should get up in the morning, and the parents insist they must take a wash and bath and then take their book and sit and study. Yes, invariably see this. Then afternoon, just before supper, the whole family members should come, all Orthodox families. They come in front of the veranda. The oldest person in the house, she will be in charge, and she is like a queen in the house. She may be a grandmother, she may be grand auntie, makes no difference. And the oldest person has got the respect. So she takes command and brings all the young and old, everyone, and then they sit together and do a prayer for half an hour before supper. And then we retire. And of course, we don't have electricity nor any other recreations. Mostly we use oil lamp, so we have to retire very early. So my father used to sleep upstairs, and I used to sleep with my auntie down. He goes very early to the fields, that is his landowner, and he worked all his life in the land. He hasn't got any Western education or English education except basic language of his mother tongue. And so he's very much devoted to his work, and he likes his field and his cattle, his cows. So he gets up 5 o'clock in the morning, and then finishes washing. And 6 o'clock sharp, he'll come down and he'll go to the field. And he used to scold me if I don't wake up at that time. So I learned that art of finding out when he wakes up. There's no alarm clock, there's no watch anywhere in our home. We always, when we go to school, we have to learn the position of the sun to find the time. And we do the shade of the tree or shade of certain things. And by measuring the shade at a certain time, and we literally go to school by looking at the shades, and sometimes we measure our own shade, we learn to find out the time. We have to invent our own way of finding the time. So also I invented this method at that time without even knowing unconsciously how to wake up before the father wakes up, so that I won't get his scolding. And so the moment he walks up, I am up from my bed and on. So this became a habit for me. So I learned first discipline of getting up in the morning. And then afternoon, Doesn't matter where I go for playing or anything, I must back home 6 o'clock is the rule. I am not allowed to go after 6. And so early life was very disciplined life, plus I had to go to school. And now my parents won't allow me to leave, though I finished my high school, still I'm young, I'm under their charge. But there's a tremendous urge, I want to leave home. I don't know why. I want to learn more, I want to learn, and the best thing is joining the Navy. So I wrote to my cousin, who's in Bangalore, it's about 500 miles away, and I asked him, will you please help me? I want to come up to the house. If I come to you, you please get me a job. I will stay with you, so my parents won't object as long as I'm with you. They won't object going away from my home, as you will be my guide. He wrote me back, I'll be very happy, you can come and stay with me. And he has got his family, and but he said he's got a spare room, he can find a job and help me. So when I got the letter, I put my parents, this is the best opportunity for me to get out now. They cannot refuse, because I got a written letter from my cousin that he will look after me. So with great difficulty, they gave me permission. As an only son, they don't want to leave me. They always want to take care of the family, lands, rest of their ideas. But I want to leave. Anyhow, they gave me permission as if I directly go and see my cousin and stay with him. So they gave me enough money to buy a ticket and just few extra rupees spent on the way. And my idea was not even go to cousin or anyone, just to get out of the home and get the permission and get enough money. My first opportunity, I never seen more than 14 miles. That is the nearest place I saw is Palakkad, about 14 miles. Sometime I used to go with my father for cattle. He used to buy and I used to walk with him. Beyond that, I never seen. My world is only within 14 miles limits. The first time I'm going beyond 14 miles is the first opportunity. I got into the train. I came to the nearest first recruiting office, which is 50 miles from my home. I learned about it. I got on from the train and directly walked into the recruiting office. And there, it happened, so it was Saturday, so they said it's closed, there will be no recruiting possible. Then I had to wait 2 days. I stayed till Monday. And to make cut short the story, I went for the first day of medical examination. And they looked and they said I had bad heart, underage, underweight, every possible medical ailment they found in me. So I was disqualified. And now you can imagine that the first shock in my life. Luckily, I didn't spend all the money. I was almost saving enough in case something happens. I must have enough money to reach my cousin, because I didn't want to go back. So I was disheartened in every way possible. Why it happened? I couldn't understand it. Therefore, you see, everything is, the moment if I go anywhere wrong, you will see everything is leading towards this mission. So I, with great disheartened, came back to the railway station, got my ticket to Bangalore. There's no other alternative. I got nothing left now except for the money for the ticket. As I was standing there, again, the destiny was not taking me to Bangalore. Suddenly comes this my first actual spiritual teacher, you can call me. A young man comes, he's about 19 years old, must be about 18-year-old. He's 2 years older to me. He saw me as if he recognized me. Oh, my friend, what happened? I saw you at the recruiting office. What happened to you? What are you doing here? Then I said I was disqualified medically, so I'm going to Bangalore. And I asked him, who are you and who he is? He said he is coming from Madras and he is also at the recruiting office and somehow he didn't like it, so he is going to Madras to join the army. And so she was talking all about it. And by the time the train came, we both had traveled the same train. And at midnight, 1 o'clock, I had to change to another train to go to Bangalore to my cousin's place. And this train will go directly to Madras. And the way we both got in the train, and first time meeting a stranger, and boy knows more about the world than me. My understanding is very limited. So he was talking into, why don't you come with him to Madras, and there you can join the army. I said, I can't. I don't have money, first of all, to buy the ticket to Madras, nor I know anyone. I am quite new, but I must go back to my cousin now. I was a little bit afraid, also ashamed and disheartened. And then at 1 o'clock, I go to get down. This boy held my hand. No, let's go to Madras. I will arrange everything for you. I'll buy the ticket and I'll pay the extra fare every day. I don't know what happened. I stayed. And this boy took me. And next day we arrived, and then there so many things come, and I had difficulties with the ticket collectors and so forth. I skipped off that thing, and then we came to the army office. We walked all the way. Now I don't care to go back home, doesn't matter where I find, as long as I get a job. I don't want to go back home. And the next day medical examination comes, and I feel afraid again. But this day everything was all right. My heart was all right, age was all right, everything was all right. Just in one day everything changed. So I joined the army. I was in the engineering corps. They call it Royal Engineering Corps at that time. So somehow the life was more horrible at that time. I didn't know that the army was so terrible, and so there's tremendous discipline there. Early morning, get up and watch, and here only if the masters say get up at 4 o'clock, that they kick you and make you up at 4 o'clock. And so it was really discipline. At 16 and a half, it was too much. Anyhow, I took it, and then we had to learn the rifle. For self-defense, they had to teach you all the rifle parade and this and that. And by the time, after 3 months of lessons, they transferred us to a headquarters in North India. But this all happened in South India, and now we have to go 2,000 miles, we have to cross. And the people come after 6 months of training in the headquarters. When they come back, they tell about this is nothing, what we do, all the training and discipline what we get in our home area is nothing. And there it is really terrible. Climate is different, food is different, everything is different from north to south. And we never know what cold is, and there extreme cold in the winter. The hot weather is 120 degrees in the shade, sometimes you can get there. And it's all about the disciplinary staff, they call it, who to train the young recruits and the illiterate groups, and we are educated people, and we had to go under the training under these people. They used to scare us. And out the train came, and we all hauled to the North India 2,000 miles, which takes a week's journey, very slow trains. And at last we arrived in Punjab, that is the northwest province of India, where now they divided both East Punjab and West Punjab. They've gone to Pakistan, certain area. And Jalandhar is my first headquarters. And then again, to cut short story, that the training finished and it was very horrible. And at the end of the training, all the recruits will be dispatched to reinforcement battalion. This is called training battalion, and the other area we got our own headquarters, reinforcement battalion, where the battle is going on, especially in the Middle East was raging. all the recruits are trained ones are taken to reinforcement battalion. That means any day, any night, any moment, you are off. You don't know where and which place. They won't say anything. They just come and ask you to get into the car or a lorry and then dump you like in the carriage in the train and then take you to the ship or ship you wherever they want. And no question asked. And they won't say where you are going. And when you reach there somewhere, and they only give some post box for you to give your address. So even the family members are not allowed to know where you are. You may be Iran, Iraq, anywhere, Italy, any France. So all my friends suddenly after the recruits one night came and they called the roll call and took everyone out to the reinforcement battalion. And last name, they didn't call me at all. At last they called my name. And they said, I'll be sent to the depot battalion, that is the field, that's our headquarters, where all the records and the looking after the welfare of the people who have gone overseas. And this place is very difficult. This post is very difficult. No one is allowed to stay in the depot battalion. They must go at least about a year or 6 months experience in the battlefield before they can even get any post there. Very rarely even that is possible. But from the very beginning, they didn't even send to reinforcement battalion, and I didn't know why. And the name was Colin, and I was put permanently as a permanent staff there. At that time, I was just barely 17, 1 year of my training. Now you can see why. If I had gone to Iran, Iraq, and so forth, I wouldn't have met my master. The time was gone, I had to see him. Everything is prearranged as. So also, if I had gone to Navy, I wouldn't be coming near Jalandhar, which is not very far away from Rishikesh. I would have gone to Bombay or some other place. I had never opportunity to see. So anything if I had taken the wrong road, always back into his mission. So the depot battalion came, my friends are all gone to Iran, Iraq, and Italy, and my life became much easier now. There's orderly to look after things, and it's mostly office work. And so my karma became a little better now. It's more leisure. So the friends, other kinds of friends came. We talk all about nonsense every evening. And as I told you last time. Then one day it arose, what is life? After one quarrel, next morning I found a small leaflet in my office, and that opened my eyes. I want to see this man now. Who is this man? Who is this Swami Sivananda? A great difficulty I found. I bet the master was not known. Rishikesh is almost a remote part of the world for me, and I want to get out 2 days off on weekends from the camp. Generally, they don't give, on weekends we are allowed to go only to the city for 4 hours. You must get special permit to leave the camp. And rest of the days we are not allowed to leave the camp. So on Saturday or Sunday they give 4 hours special permit to leave the camp. Within 4 hours, that's our maximum we are allowed to go. And now I'm asking 2 days off all the way to go to Rishikesh. So I played a small application to my superior. And what happened, I don't know, he granted, which never does. So I just took off my 2 days off and went to Rishikesh. First time I saw Haridwar. Early morning, I took my first holy bath in the Ganges, according to the Hindus. Holy bath in the Ganges is to remove all sins. So I was brought up in the Hindu religion, so I took with great faith to wash all my sins. And then took the next bus, return bus, I take from Haridwar to Rishikesh and back. Because I had to catch the evening train back. I don't have much time now left. So I can go to Rishikesh, just have seen this man and then come back. That's all my desire. So I arrived somewhere, I think, in May or June, I think, June 46. Yes, almost 20 years ago. Uh, 46, 56, almost 21 almost. And Master, I left and arrived there, Rishikesh, and this bus goes and stops just in front of the, not far away from the ashram. From that onwards, the pilgrims have to all walk around there's a hanging bridge, and cross the hanging bridge, go to Sarvasam, where Master used to do penance before, and then we're going to cross across the ferry, a free ferry is given, and the ferry comes and stops back again in front of the wells where the ashram is situated. So first I didn't go to ashram, I took the walk with the pilgrims, so I want to find out what it's all about. And it's on the way, a lot of holy men and swamis with orange robes and bears, every kind of people you would see. And then came to Sarvasam and then crossed the ferry, took the ferry, came and then came to ashram. Ashram was in a very poor state at that time, so during the war everything was slow, and the kitchen was in dilapidated state. But as I came, Master was sitting. I expected that he must be sitting on a tiger skin, all the ideas I had about how a saint should look like, and people will be all standing with reverence and so forth. But I came and I saw few pilgrims and visitors came to see him, and he was sitting on a platform, a concrete platform, and the rest of them, some of them standing, some of them sitting and asking several questions, just like a press conference going on there. But when I look at him, one thing is quite different. He is not like any other person I ever seen in my life. I could never forget the first time I ever seen. There is nothing but a man, when he smiles, the face just literally looks like a sun, and his body is literally glowing. His skin is so soft, and there's light emanating from his body all the time. That's my first experience. And I was only a small boy, there were so many people there, and everyone was asking questions. I never even dared to ask a question to such a man. So I was satisfied. I just silently back and left the place. I didn't ask one question, I only stood for 1 minute there, that's all my first contact. And he didn't see me, I was far away in the crowd. I went back to my camp in time. When I had my leave, after some time, 28 days, you get first time leave. My parents were by that time were all don't know what happened to me, and I didn't reach the cousins, and there are big things going on at the back home. At last, I wrote only after 3 months or 4 months on the road where I was. By the time I already contacted my master, and I knew I met him, everything all happened so fast. So now going back to home. So first thing I will stay 2 days at least in his ashram and say learn what I can learn from him. So I want to find out more about it. So I just came back in a small and the thing I got out of the rickshaw, that is the conveyance from Rishikesh. And when I was just going to his cottage, his ashram, I reckon he was also coming from his afternoon. I think he got a small office there. He finished his office work and he's returning back into his cottage in the Ganges band. And there's a small group of his disciples following him as a procession. And I was still egoistic and I was a learned person. I don't want to go before a saint or a man because I'm more educated than anyone else I knew. And it is a customary that you have to go before a Swami, especially a saint like Swami Sivananda. It's naturally they have to go, and I didn't like it. So I just moved away from the path so that when the procession go away and I need not go, and to avoid the frustration, just frustrating before a saint, I just moved out and took in a corner and stayed there. But as the procession came and suddenly it stopped and he just came to my direction. And he asked me, are you coming from Jalandhar? I said, yes. And then he prostrated before me. I never cared to prostrate before me. He touched my feet. And he taught the first lesson, the humility, which I didn't have, even still very little I have. That's my first lesson I received. And absolutely a saying that ministers, prime ministers and presidents all come to and go before him. Here is a man, absolutely a stranger, a stupid boy, standing with all his egoism. I think all about, I knew about the world, about things, and he just come and has to get away from his action path and come out from the path and to ask a question and to teach me a first lesson, and that's my experience. So I learned from him. He's not like any other Swami or a saint, because all of Swamis will never go with another man, my God. If a Swami goes before another person finished and spirituality has gone down, they'll never go. They will always keep their head high. The moment you become Swami, you are not allowed to go before anyone. That's the rule. And he is a man who broke all those rules, and not only young men, old men, children, doesn't matter, anyone he prostrated before, animal, doesn't matter what it is. So in his practical life he showed humility. That's my first lesson. Second lesson, to cut short, it is Friday evening. It was they were worshipping the Ganges. It's a beautiful time. Everyone is enjoying, and the atmosphere is marvelous. Because first time you come, everything is wonderful, anywhere, any spiritual. After some time you stay, things become, you don't see the same beauty. The first experience was marvelous. And the disciple of Swami Sivananda came forward and made a small, tiny paper lamps, and they were floating the paper lamps on the Ganges. And they were worshipping the Ganges. It's Friday devoted for worshipping the Ganges, a flowing river. For me, I'm skeptical, and though I was brought up in a Hindu religion, I don't care about all those kind of rituals. So I was just thinking, what kind of foolish disciples Shivananda is having? They don't know ABCD of anything, they don't know anything about H2O, the water is made of hydrogen and oxygen. I learned all about it in the school, I know everything about it. This illiterate disciples, I was just feeling myself as superior to them. So I was just observing their whole ceremony, just more as curiosity seeker. And suddenly, Shivananda also came and joined his disciples. And I said, what kind of man he is? He's not an ordinary man. He's saint. Not only that, he also was a medical doctor. He knows all about H2O. So he used to worship a flowing river. I was thinking like that. And just at the moment he turned back, just a second, and looked at me. I was mentally thinking, and the thought reached him, and just look at it, and look at this foolish boy. He knows everything, he knows, because he knows a little bit of H2O. And then there comes my second lesson. Everything changed. The whole Ganges vanished. With a one bright light, everything merged. Just giving one simple message. Everything is God. Even this flowing Ganges is God. The mighty Himalayas is God. There is nothing except light appears. So he thought, do not use your intellect to find out the truth. beyond your understanding. You are nothing spiritual life. You are not even ABCD. See, so he taught me second lesson. Well, that's enough for me. No more. Because I'm not ready for anything else beyond that. Then I went home and then it came next year, 1947. It was Diamond Jubilee celebration. The war is finished. And they asked me whether I would like to continue to stay, and they will make me big officer, and they will make me promotions and everything. As I finished my army life, I got what I want. I go back home. I thought of settling as a simple school teacher and become a teacher and help these boys, illiterate boys in my hometown, in village. They don't have much education. I think that's the best profession, I thought. So I can carry on my meditation, my helping these children. And so I tried to settle in my hometown. But 47 came and I had to undergo special teachers training course for this purpose. Anyhow, the invitation comes for its birthday celebration, which they sent to every audience. And that was my last understanding. My home life is coming to an end. By that time I was now almost 80 now. So I want to go and visit Master for his birthday and get his blessing. Now I didn't see him more than a year now. So I collected enough money for the return ticket, and 15 days I took off to leave, and I was supposed to be back within 15 days. My mother was following me to the bus station. As she was following, and I go to get into the bus. I looked at her, and there was a message: I will never see her again back home. I said, what am I talking? I'm coming back in 15 days. But no, I won't come back. That's for the message. I was terrified. Still, no, I cannot leave my parents. I was so attached to them. I was timid, and how can I go? So that was the message. I left. In fact, so many things happened on the journey, which I'm going to skip off. Arrived to Rishikesh. 1st September 1947, the celebration of the birthday was 8th September, and many devotees have started slowly coming from all over India for this special occasion, the 60th birthday. And on the evening when I was standing there, and they gave me some small duty, a lot of monkeys there, and they put a kind of linters to dry in the sun. And monkeys come and disturb and take everything away. So they asked me to guard those. They gave me simple duty. Everyone was allotted certain duty. So I was just guarding the monkeys and looking after these things. Master was passing by that and looked at me. You stay here. I said, yes, Swami, I said. I don't know why. And then I realized the message I got when I left home that I'm not going to come back. And the message is here now. This time he said, stay here. And that's how I stayed there. I was not prepared. I didn't have no intention to stay. And the life was very struggle because my parents were pulling one side and my master was pulling another side. There was struggle for 6-8 months. The tug of war went on very badly. I couldn't take anymore. I want to go back home, but I don't want to go back home. And parents started writing letters to come back. And so the tug of war went at last. I approached Master. I don't know what to do. So I approached him. Please tell me now I don't know what's my right to go and serve my parents, as it is our custom in India. Old parents, we have to go and serve, or I should serve you. And he said one simple word. Mada nasti pida nasti. There is neither father nor mother for you. And they accepted this word and they stayed. And so went on. And then I thought maybe now he he's interested me to step, so he's going to initiate me into all meditations and make me up from the spiritual heights. I was imagining all those things because I heard a lot about spiritual experiences, meditation and all these things. But soon he dispelled that kind of foolishness. Hard work, service is important. Next morning he asked to take all the guest clothes and go and wash in the Ganges. My God, I never even wash my own clothes in my home. Because I come from Orthodox families or belong to servant class, washing the clothes and sweeping is never an Orthodox hair caste we never do. We never touch a broom in our life. If you do, we think it comes to below of dignity. This way we are taught. So all belong to servant class. Now here I had to go and wash others' clothes. And that's the way it starts. The first lesson. Well, if you want to reach somewhere, be humble. Forget about superiority, higher caste. Everything has to disappear. Which you heard yesterday in his own talk. How he went and prostrated before the untouchable and made him his first teacher. So what he did exactly, he would repeat the same thing to all his disciples. He never gave promises he's going to illuminate and touch you and then initiate and take you to the higher heaven. No, hard reality, work hard, 24 hours you give you keep you busy. And then at last I became his personal assistant and so on. So many things I skip off. Then Master also made me when the first university was opened in 48, first time after a year and a half actually, he started teaching yoga scientifically to all the people. So he took 4 or 5 of his disciples and allotted one particular yoga as the chief professor. So one for Vedanta, one for Raj Yoga, one for Karma Yoga, one for Bhakti Yoga. And I was still 18 only, and he put me in charge of Hatha Yoga section at that time. And that's why the first time we start teaching the yoga to other visitors and guests. So I started learning much from that onwards. I learned more yoga by teaching than by studying. There's so many things you have to learn when you teach. You learn more than anything else. So the Master used to praise me in front of the people. Sometimes he criticizes me, but mostly he praises. But when the egoism goes up, he knows how to punish too. So he is praising Swami Vishnu-devananda, the great yogi, and this and that in front of the people. So egoism came. Maybe that's right. I'm a great yogi now. Because I'm teaching a little bit of yoga, a little bit of exercise. So egoism will start building up. Instead of removing the egoism, it starts becoming more concrete. So I thought maybe yogi should have beard and flowing hairs. So I started growing beard and a little bit of long hair. And without that, you can't become a yogi because people don't respect you. You need all those external things, a nice beard and a nice hair, flowing, a majestic appearance. So I started making real yogi. Next day, few days after, he was watching my beard growing. So he asked, "Oh, Vishnu-Swami, now you want to become a great yogi now?" Very simple word. He saw the egoism building up. Instead of removing this and become servant and start behaving like any other person there. He never allowed. That was sufficient. Immediately went in shade. But I have become like a normal man. And that's what second. So he never allowed to build up this kind of show business, hypocrisy. Because he lived just like a plain man with the humanity. He wants his disciples to also to live with them. It's not something like a going up or seated up. And then after this, then I became his personal assistant, and several things happened. And this Govind's case is one of his disciples. This story I narrate and the next story, and then I'll conclude. There are many things maybe I'll talk some other day more about my further experience, as I can talk whole night about what happened. I'm skipping up everything and only taking some details here and there. Now the last thing about this experience of the Govindan, I was his personal assistant at that time. Somehow I was very lucky to have that opportunity to serve him. It's not because he needed that. He gave an opportunity young people like us to have contact with him. And so when he goes for evening, I take his bag. He carries a bag with 2 books and sometimes a little bit of fruits and some prasad to distribute. And I take a lantern, hurricane lantern, to show the lights on the way because he has to climb up to the top of the mountain. And early morning when the forest universal just started, 4 o'clock, this way he insists no one should follow at that time. He will go all alone. Evening, and during the daytime I can serve him. And so on that one evening, I was going up to the lantern, and that evening, Master said, there is one student came about 6 months ago, and he had a lot of mental difficulties. His wife committed suicide because she couldn't take any more of his atrocities. So he didn't have any more mental peace. So he came to the ashram. Everyone comes there to ashram. It doesn't matter who they are. Master never asked their question. So he said, he's mentally disturbed. Please help me. So he asked to go and sing Hare Rama, stay in the temple, do some simple service. After 6 months, he wants to go back home. And he wants money now. It's 2,000 miles journey. And ashram always in difficulty like here. Always deaths. And Master feeds more than 200 people he used to feed by the time, and pilgrims and visitors. Whether they pay or not, they all have to be fed, and the ashram has to run. And there's no other place, confusion you can find like that ashram. There's no rules, no regulations. Anyone can come, anyone can go to Swami Sivananda and then eat his food and then go away with all the money or whatever he can. So the people take advantage of his heart. So he thought he was the one. Ashram is really in difficult position. So he wants money to go back. Master advised him not to go. First of all, he wants peace. Secondly, Ashram is in difficult position. We can't afford to give him money, go home. And then he was very angry and he left and went back to his room. And that evening, and that the next day morning it happens. Master never misses one morning. Always we get up at 4 o'clock in the morning for our meditation. Never misses one. Every morning he used to come. In the first morning he missed me. He never came for the lecture or for the morning meditation. You know why? Because I know if he is not able to come because I always put the information, but I didn't get also. And he locks his door and no one can go at that time. If he is locked, we will never disturb him. And then 4 o'clock, he didn't come, and so when the meditation is over, we want to find out. And he was sick or something, we don't know. But at 9 o'clock, as usual, he came to the office and he didn't know why he didn't come. Then the usual procedure in the evening, I went after his supper. I took all his books and things and took the lantern and started leading him back to up the top of the mountain. You see, half the ashram is down and half the ashram is on the top. So we have to go to the top of the ashram there, just like here, almost a slope. And there is small winding roads, paths are there that time. And so on the way, Master said, I want to go and see Govindan. How is he? So I don't know, Swami is not, he didn't see him at all today. So please take me to his room, I want to go and see him. So he went to I took him to his room. and I was going and want to go home. He just like show every kind of contempt in the master. He just didn't answer even a word. Plus master left, and then we came back to the hall, and he started as usual in his, on the side of the window, and devotees, about 30, 40 devotees on either side. And as soon as I come, then I read Gita, and with the when master comes, and before already the person will be progress before the master comes, and when the Gita chapter is finished, then we put the dim light and we sit meditation. And within 2 minutes after that, when we put the light dim and we are all in meditation, suddenly a big noise. It is generally anxious case master. On the particular day, master was sitting there, and I on this side of the group, facing the other way. And suddenly there was a big noise and crack, and everything was shattering, and there was a few there were pictures on the wall, it's all breaking down. And suddenly, naturally, the voice woke us all up, and then I looked back on the direction. At that time, I saw a young man in the dark, with something in his hand. He's beating on the master's bare head. I couldn't understand who can do such a horrible thing. So anyhow, instinctively I jumped and tried to stop. I caught hold of him. He was much stronger than me, but I caught hold of him. And rest of the people were just, they were stunned. No one moved out. But somehow or other, it was just maybe God wants me that way. I got up and caught hold up, and I fought with him. And then I found that he's having an axe in his hand, and he was using a real axe. And the light was put, and then we came to know that who he was, going the same man. Just half an hour ago, master visited, and the same man wants to kill the master. So that was the story. And then the story I heard about that he went frustrated, sending back home. So after 2 days, then naturally, then I thought of myself and another disciple. We thought of staying in his own kuti, because he is always alone there at night. Many mad cats would be there. They may come, and we don't want his life, so we used to sleep in the veranda. And I was terrified also, because of from that moment onwards there was tremendous fear came. But boldly I took, and we stand as a God for the whole night. And then so again, egoism built up. Master used to call me, and great yogi and so forth. And too much work, there's not so much time to meditate. Most of the time we had to meditate after 11 o'clock, 11:30. At night we sit in the Ganges bank, and so feeling came, I want to meditate more. Work is not important, too much work we had. Ashram is full of work. Morning until evening you have to work. I'm tired of this work, and egoism builds up, and I must progress more spiritually. And ashram is no good for spiritual progress. Here everyone comes and murders, robs, thieves. Master is only looking after them. He won't care us. He won't care even ask one question. He left us alone. So this kind of feeling came, a kind of bad feeling came about the master organization. Because even though you are living in a spiritual atmosphere, after some time, you don't feel the spiritual atmosphere, because you are immersed all the time. Just like when you are in the dark, in a hot, in a cold place, after some time you don't feel it is cold compared to the heat outside. So also you get accustomed to this spiritual vibration, so you don't feel it, because there is nothing to compare from the world. So this came, and then I ran away from my ashram, from the master's place. And that story I conclude, and then we will conclude that. It's a bit small, make it short. And so everything built up. I want to meditate more. I ran from without telling him that small note and just leaving him. I went into the caves, wandered in the Himalayas, and first my cave experience. I sometimes I used to go to the cave, and there's a cave I know far away, which is about only 20 miles walking distance. From that, first night I arrived there. I only had enough for a few bread, and I took with me and a matchbox for keep some light, fire in case it gets cold at night. That's all I had in my possession. And so this cave was very nice and attractive. There's a stream coming down and very quiet inside. And I'm going to settle for some time here. And I can every 10 12 miles if I walk every day, I can get some food from some villagers on the top of the mountain. So I decided to stay there. The first night experience was horrible. It was cold and chilly at night. And outside the forest is not like safe like here. It's nice, wild tigers and everything, which is a tropical, semi-tropical forest. Really tigers and elephants and cobras, everything you see there, cheetahs and so forth. At night you can see the roaring of everything. So naturally I cannot come out of the cave, I had to go myself inside. So I brought some firewood and lit and made a fire to keep myself warm. And soon the fire burst off. I forgot all of my chemistry and science all about at that time. But soon whatever the oxygen left in the flame all burned out, and there was nothing but smoke and carbon monoxide there. So I couldn't stay there for a second. I had to get out, and outside is all roaring. Tigers, you can see the sound at night. So I came out and fear whole night instead of meditating, I was living on fear. So somehow that one night miserably held and went back, and at last wandered further and found a cottage, and there are few other Swamis holy men living in the Ganges bank. I got a old abandoned cottage and they repaired, and I settled there. For a month, I thought maybe that's the best place. And soon one night comes a big hailstorm, and all the trees started breaking, everything came, and my whole cottage was almost blowing down. Huge hailstones almost like a tennis ball. And I just crushed myself the whole night, and the next morning you could see that I have done many of the peacocks and other wild birds all broken their legs and wings by the hailstone. The whole trees, mango trees, everything was blown down. And a few months I spent there, and then I went for a pilgrimage up, further up and further up. And actually that for one year I really suffered a lot. Maybe that is necessary. Master purposely left me in that way, to remove my egoism and to learn what spiritual life is. And the first time I was walking, I was 160 miles up in the Himalayas. I had to walk to go to pilgrimage. I didn't have money. I took I would not touch money and see if I could just live without money. But I'm afraid. My first time I was depending upon ashram for everything. Now I got no money. My teacher left me. I left my teacher. I was completely helpless in every way. And as I was walking other side of the Ganges, I saw that in the hot sun, in the sand, somebody was lying. Very hot and you can't bear the sun at that time, and the sand is very hot. He was lying bare on his bare body in the hot sun. And that asked me, if it is possible like this, why can't I just take a small pilgrimage without thinking of the money and food? So that gave me courage, and I went pilgrimage. In 1 year I suffered, then came back to another place, and I got malaria and so forth. And after 1 year of hardship, I came back to my master. I saw him in full sense now. I never disobeyed. I understood what he meant. Cave life and things won't break. After often says, and we have to purify, we have to work hard, we have to remove karma. So no matter where you go, things will come. So I settled there, and until I left my world journey, I was staying with him and progress slowly and spiritually. And some of my, his life I learned, I'll talk to you tomorrow. We are having 20 minutes of good entertainment function waiting. So this holy day, Master Sivananda cycle existence, and we will think back and look into our life, this life, and you are all not accidentally somehow or other you are related to this mission. That's all I can say tonight, and we'll discuss more about his life and teachings tomorrow. Thank you all, and just 1 minute we have to sit silently, and then we proceed to the next function. Swami Vishnu. Thank you all for patiently hearing, and now for the next 20 minutes I will please give your time as they have prepared. This also, Master always here, adapting everything. There will be little bit of recreation, little bit of music, little bit of dance.
You can bring the Lassie, the great movie star. And bring to Master Sivananda. Master Sivananda comes up his office like everybody else with the bags and the letters, etc. And then he sits in a big table and a chair and put his gold spectacle and the parcel corner pen, and then his disciples are typing and everyone. And few pilgrims always go, that's the way people go pilgrimage. So Master's office is just on the main road side. Those days the road was not very big because almost abandoned. Nobody was when they came in 46 but there was nobody for almost 40. Master said to them, anyhow, and the pilgrims, many pilgrims now start coming, and they hear there's a great Master Swami Sivananda. Pilgrim people always go to see great men like Mahatmas in India. They still by going to have darshan. That means if they see, their vibration will help them, so they won't have. Most of the sins are washed away. They might see the people, etc. Many lies they told, but they all, by seeing some Mahatmas, they all sins will be washed away. So they come to their persons. And sometimes, not only ordinary farmers, but sometimes big ministers, rich men, presidents, etc., they also come. And a professor come from Benares University, great Sanskrit professor. Of course, he heard from Shiva and the great Master. And Master is just sitting there in the table. He walked about 30 feet from the main road, came to his office. So his cottage is on the guy's side, he comes to the office. And this great professor, he's learned, he knows Venetian or Sanskrit. He expected a God-related Brahmijnani from Sivananda, until a Krishnamurti seated like this, with a tiger skin, and the disciples are all, But he's surprised. This Dakshinamurti, Swami Sivananda, is not having any tiger skin. He is seated on a big sofa. And in front of there is a big table. And he's having a gold spectacle part to fountain pen. And he's wearing a big overcoat. And the driver said, the driver was typing. And conversation going on, Master, okay, send the books to that man, and send this book to this man, and this letter is Fernand, this letter you reply to, and that one you take care of. So he's giving orders. This professor or this visitor had a shock. He thought a God-related soul will be constantly sitting and the disciple company with her. And the disciple. But we are shocked. There's no such thing going on here. So he would just, he didn't want the room to walk away. He would announce, I am a professor from Benares University. Sit down. Have you seen God? That and put that. And he pretended he did not hear the question. One eye is watching him clearly. No one can see that. It's like a computer immediately analyzing his condition. What way he is able to explain. Suppose a dog gave Lassie, and what way he is going to teach Lassie. Lassie will bark a couple of times and give a lick, and then he can give a dog bone and can get out. He will go. Well, he may be an educated professor. He's not much better than that. But he's thinking how to educate this man, this lay professor. He asked a question, have you seen God? God is not an object to be seen, as I mentioned yesterday. God is subject. How can I just, he knows that, because he's very science to find it. It took about a couple of minutes to answer. By the time you will do, because he won't waste a single minute doing the tracy exercise. Chinranji, go and make some coffee for the professor. And then the professor, we like your coffee, it's an awesome, we don't eat here, but professor. Guest visitors will give that some visitors they are not accustomed to, not simple. Coffee is always solid. But in India, coffee is quite cost not like here, because it's very expensive. But anyhow, I have to keep that for the people like that come up, And then, how do you get? Chinranji brings the ginger cookies also for the professor. Comes a tray of hot coffee and ginger cookies. Process. And by that time, Harry brings some books. But he signs so many autographs. Wine. Necessity for sannyas and he want to be a message person and then the sure way to be successful in life and body realization. You know, about 100 rupees of worth of books, you know. We don't have money, but anyhow, he knows that this professor must be taught, but he's not going to learn. And he asked a question by just walking to the pilgrimage and just walked in, and he's asking a question. To understand God, it's just like if I just went to a professor, please tell me all about what is the electrons and what are the neutrons. And he did take and then ask what they can say. So Gurudev gave all the books, autograph, and sometimes he is a little bit, he opened a small book, he written a book, small very book, that's called How to Become Rich. He said that also. Not he won't give you, but anyhow, I'm just giving an example. It's not necessarily exactly in this order, but he knows it's for each person his order, his way. He is necessary for opens, and the first thing, how to become rich, and you will read. Not only for the person, but the other visitors also be there. To become rich, get married to a rich man. Or be adopted by a rich father. He makes some jokes, right? And then story at the end. You want to be the richest man? How do you do it? Become the share for us. Then you are a rich man. You just read that. May not be at all the professor. He will be thinking, so there may be some children. He will be reading the story as for children. But it is for the big professor. He asked a question. Have you seen God? He is infinite. How can you see? Have you seen the galaxies? Infinite number of galaxies the moon has seen. God is not something to be seen, or heard, or understood. It's realization that God is within you, within the professor also, within the child also. And when you remove the desire, all desires, the wavelengths are gone and become mind become very still. And the ego exists because it says, I want money, I want woman, I want wife, I want children, I want home, I want family, I want professor, I want to be this, I want to be that. And this has removed that nature of your God. The very God is within you. You are God. And the professor learned everything. But this is intellectual learning. Like a PhD, writing. No practical knowledge. And by the time God is already 2 minutes, 10 minutes gone. There was no answer from Master. What was his question? Have you seen? He was not talking something else about the how to be rich and but he was actually answering his question indirectly or directly. And then he just watched. Sivananda, thank you. And walks away. He had coffee, he had cookies, he had lots of books. But Master taught him a lesson. If you are very intelligent, you can see what's what Master did. You are still. This ashram is very poor. We don't have money. Master there was no money. Nothing to even eat. Even one day we all go and beg, we survive. But he gave coffee, cooking, and valuable books free. And here he had the courtesy to offer a couple of rupees as a donation. But he didn't. He walked away with the book and he got the coffee. He thought, oh yes, Swami Sivananda was impressed by my knowledge. He gave me coffee and he was a Pandit, great professor. And I was thinking, and just putting some commentary. You don't have even that compassion and love for an ashram like this to give something in return. But you save some money by coffee and cookie and got all the books. And this money, what are you going to do? You are going to buy flowers and the sari to your wife. And yet, you are in such a low level. And you came to ask the question to a God-realized soul, have you seen God? How can you answer? Like a lassie came, how can you answer lassie? Lassie said, in fact, you are a good boy, you are a good actor. And he is happy with the biscuit. So, you can be an intelligent professor, but your understanding of God and asking a question to a great man like Swami Sivananda, he is like Krishnamurti, constantly in that, but he did not put his hand inside there. That symbolically, sometimes they fail in the society. But if there is access in Dakshinamurti, Gurudeshwara is like Dakshinamurti. It's constantly in the communion. It's time to teach him, this professor. Educate, remove your ego, desire, selfishness, don't save money. Just try to give, serve, love, give. I gave everything to you. It's only to show that we are giving you, that he is Swami, there's nothing in the ashram. He gave the best of everything to you. Learn to give, then the mind will purify. In the purified mind, when all the desires are gone, you meditate and you realize God. It's within you. You realize you don't see God like you see an object, like the mic, or a flower, or you see a wife. God is not like your wife or father or mother, an object to see. He is you, I am. You realize him. Oh, that Brahman is within me. That Krishna is within me. I am Krishna, I am Brahman, I am Allah, I am Jehovah, I am Brahman, I am Shiva, I am. And Jesus said, I am my father, Brahman. I am in you, you are in me. That's what realization. Jesus did not say, I am son of Mary and Joseph. He did not say, I am a Jew. He was a Jewish rabbi. You ask, Jesus is a Catholic or Protestant? He is a Catholic or Protestant? And Jesus? Pardon? Jewish? Not Catholic? Oh my God, you tell the Pope. He will excommunicate you. He knows it. All Catholics know it. Now they do. What was his philosophy? Catholic, what Jesus promised? He said, I am the great Guru, he said. What did he say? No, he did not say that. I am, my Father are one. And I am in you, you are in me. He did not say, I am a Guru, you are my disciple. He said, the same God is within you, within us. We are all one. You just go and tell, I said it in Mirado and on Peace Mission, he invited his church, Protestant church, and he was putting all Catholics are bad and destroy everybody. Jesus said, if someone gives slap on the right, show your left. Yes, I know that. We practice that. If someone gives left, and then we go on the left or further, and afterwards we go right and left and right and left, and then we left, cheek left. That's called Christianity. That's called churchianity, not Christianity. That's churchianity and Christianity. Otherwise, why Catholics and Protestants are fighting? Why Hindus and Muslims are fighting? Because God is not monopoly of Christ or Jesus or Catholic or Protestant. The very Jesus who created Jesus as a Christianity, he did not say, I am a Christian. He did not only Catholic, but he did not. And he said, I and my father are one. He did not even say, I am a Jew. He was a Jewish rabbi, but he did not say, I am a Jewish rabbi. But you ask Pope or anybody, they understand that philosophy. They don't understand. Why Christ came from them and rose up and gone away up to heaven. They don't understand his deep philosophy behind it. So, these professors, popes, are the evangelists, deviant evangelists like Jimmy's father, etc. Yeah. Okay, you can see that on the TV, the movie, and one evangelist said, oh, God is going to call me if I don't make $10 million by end of this week. He said, I don't know, what's his name? Oral Roberts. He said, God is going to call me back if I don't get $10 million by end of this week. Send money, send money, send money. Such people in the name of God and Jesus, like us, I'm not much different from this. My motive also is that just make a living. But we're supposed to believe in God and His power, but we believe only in mammon, not God. That's evangelist. Billy Graham comes with a beautiful white suit and then he comes and dances in front of 10,000 people. Who is for Jesus Christ? Everyone raise. They all raise hands. What are they going to for Jesus Christ? Jesus Christ needs them. Foolish thing. Who is for Jesus Christ work? Jesus Christ cannot work. He did not have any treasury. He did not even secretary. He did not have typewriter. He did not even fountain pen. He did not have a treasury. He did not have an army. Yet he conquered 3 worlds. From one end he conquered by just one word. Love. That's all. And he was tested in the cross. Ascending the cross is just not word. Ascending the cross is the highest stage. It's not just crucifixion as many people think. Crucifixion is the ego. And whether Jesus transcended this ego, when the ego melts, you are one with the God. He said, I and my Father are one. Well, the test came. Okay. Just like I was tested with the nursing home, thinking I am a great Swami. So Jesus had equally this first ego and want to see whether this one is completely surrendered or not. The ego is gone. So ascending the cross is the highest state, highest samadhi. And the crucifixion, there was physical pain and also mental agony because he was crucified between two thieves. Just so that you are just like another thief. But first he had still above there. God tested. God, why have you forsaken me? That shows he has got still ego. God won't forget. He is trusting that he is able to transcend this ego consciousness. A few minutes afterwards, this God's energy came. Suddenly you realize the very people who came to crucify, they are also God. I am my Father, one, I am in you, you are in me. So that people who came to crucify him also is. Immediately God's grace came. He said, Father, forgive them, they do not know what they are doing. Within them there is the supreme self, God exists. But they think by destroying this fleshy body, they think they are going to destroy this immortal self. That's called highest immortalization. In the cross he got illumination. He forgiven. That one word, Father, forgive them, they do not know what they are doing, is still echoed after 2000 years. That's called God realization. He did not say, I am a guru. He could have easily used his powers. He had the power to burn up all the people who came to crucify him. Suppose he used the power, the thunderbolt, he sent everyone to the and made the ash. And he won't be Jesus. He will be another Hitler. But there is a big Hitler in Jesus then. He will try to protect him with all the guns and tanks and in the bunker. But then he forgot that he has got his own hand in the roof. So to put a bullet by his own hand. That very hand turned towards him and he put the bullet on him. But Jesus did not. Hitler tried to save his body, his flesh, by every way. But very flesh put the bullet. But Jesus did not save the flesh. The ego, fleshy body is just a small symbol. You realize that I am immortal, so I am all in one. How can a person with the Father identification will die? So he saved his soul, not the body. That story is an idea about yoga is not just a Hindu philosophy or just for yogis. It's for all human race to realize this oneness, as you said. Not because you can join a club, Catholic club, or Protestant or Hindu club, or Israeli club and Jewish club, Muslim club, etc. We can join clubs. But that's not God. You don't have to join any club. God is within you. And when that equality starts, dances, you forget God. Start identifying with qualities, dancing. Then it says multiply. I want wife, I want woman, I want dance, I want this, I want that. I want. No envy. I will roast inspires desires constantly. There's no peace. You go here, you go there, you go Las Vegas, you go go gambling, you go to paradise, and maybe there you can make more money. You look for happiness, but it says only make more fire. And eventually, the roasted in the fire of desires, no peace, and by the time death comes, no one can escape that. And then you, oh my God, I'm going to die. That's not death for you. But you think your body is you. You protect this body, thinking you hold the body by your power. But now that very body is lost. It's an apple of man. He said, oh yeah, he is going to protect Allah. Muslims. Because one man wrote some book and he said he is going to be condemned to die. And then he himself could not escape death. So many people died. And during the procession, funeral procession, people were screaming and crying. And I saw they were all carrying up these dead bodies, the both of them. Everyone a piece of the bodies there. So their crowds can smash and push the body from the coffin. And the helicopter, they had come and rescue the body, dead body. He didn't even the peace at the death. So you call it is emotion. It's not devotion. That's not devotion. They're only trying to bear it. They think they also get the same glory. And they got no respect. They push the body. It fell down on the position. The helicopter has come rescue. There's no way no one will take it because everyone is pushing that body in. This shows how God punishes. He identified with the body, not with the soul of man. That one God shines, Allah shines in all. If they have seen that, there was 10 years war in Iran. When I came, I saw that. There were feelings. Children, 13, 14-year-old children are given submissions and convictions and a coffin and sent them to battleground. Truckload of children were sent to the battleground. They are all carrying a coffin. So you go and die and you will be brought back by your own coffin and you get a master. Children are handed over with the mission because there is not many soldiers. So go and die and you will be glorified. You can come back, carry your own coffin and we will bury you here. But he kept his own son. He is but his son. He did not send him to that.